How's everybody doing today? It's a beautiful Wednesday. Oh, Jenny's joined.
Are
There
we
she
actually
is. We
doing
did
this?
it. We got this
Oh,
far, right?
hi. Oh my
Awesome.
gosh.
Good
I wonder,
afternoon.
I wonder if I can put something, let's see. Uh, okay. No, I don't, I was gonna how can I tag you or something to show more? But no, it doesn't matter. We're good.
We're good?
Yeah.
Okay, so here we are. Hi, Jenny. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Oh my gosh. We have been talking about so many fun things
Yep.
and we have so much to share. But yeah, first, why don't we tell everybody who we are?
Okay. Who wants
You
to go
go first.
first? I'll go first.
You go first.
All right. I'm Jeri Solomon, formerly of Jeri Solomon Floral Design. And after 30 years, I have transitioned into being an educator for floral designers and event professionals. I just finished my first launch of a course called Lead the Client, Land the Wedding. I
Yay.
finished it yesterday, and it makes me realize even more that this is what I want to be doing now. I loved
Mhm.
all the years of floral design. Um, I love events, and yeah, I'm just excited to go, and I know you are too.
Yes, yes. I'm so excited. Your program this has been in the making for so long. So it's
Mm.
so nice to see that you actually got it to come to fruition
I
and
know.
people are having success with it. So I can't wait for the next time you relaunch.
I
We're talking
know.
about
And I
that
can't wait to
too.
share testimonials.
Yeah,
I know they're
right.
there. We literally finished yesterday afternoon, so
Yeah.
haven't collected anything. So,
Yes.
yeah.
And if you guys are listening that have taken her program, please give testimonials. I don't know why nobody likes to talk about anything. It's so funny when people ask me questions. I'm like, yeah, you want to know? I will tell you what I
Yep.
think.
Yep. Oh,
It's
you
so
need
funny.
me to
So
take a survey? I will take a survey. I'll take a
me
survey for
too. 5
anybody.
minutes. Yes, I will take that out of. Yes, absolutely.
Mostly
So
because I like giving my opinion,
me too.
which is probably why we're teaching
I
people
was
things
just
because
gonna
we
say
like to
that.
tell us
I
our
was
opinion.
just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Well,
Yeah.
so I am Jennifer Williamson, one of Jenny's wedding cakes. I have been in business for almost 30 years, still making cakes. In fact, at one point during this, I will have to go take my little cakes out of the oven. It'll
Okay.
only take 1 second, so we're multitasking big time today. So I got into this, like I said, making cakes for 30 years. And hi, Jordan. And I have to say, I just feel so fortunate to be in this business and to really crack the code on how to make it a business because I started by making cakes for my mom and drawing horses. That's what I did. And here we are, 30 years later. And I was able to do so much with my business, raise my girls, buy my house, do more than I ever thought I could, that I wanted to show other people how to do it too. So that's how I started. And I am just in the middle of our booking season accelerator where I'm showing people how to really connect with this new group of couples that's coming onto the scene and how to really give them what they're looking for because
Mhm.
just like it's not flowers, it's not cake, right? So they're looking for something else. So we're just in the middle of that. Week 4 is tomorrow, and we will be relaunching in December, I think. So
Yeah.
again, we'll talk about all that stuff. But yeah, so that's and the reason. So first of all, Jeri and I met how many years ago? Probably 20, 25 years ago.
Probably a little more than 25 years ago.
Yep, and we met in a networking group, and it's been true love ever since.
Ever since.
Yep, she took me right under her wing the first time I met her, and has been such a wonderful, wonderful support. And we have grown so close in all these years. So it's really special for us to be doing this together
Yeah.
because I just get chills. Yeah,
No.
because it's a lonely. It can be a lonely business. So it's nice
Yeah.
having someone doing that.
And to do this part of it now where we're educating other people and to share what we're doing because what we've realized is that our clients who are now, we're not talking about brides and grooms and couples right now, but our cake bakers and floral makers, our very similar personalities, and
Mhm.
our businesses are really, really similar. We're
Very
dealing with a
similar.
perishable product. We're
Yep.
doing art out of something that is ephemeral and
We're under major time constraints all the time.
major time constraints. Yes.
Yeah. And then we have to, after we make our product, then we have to go drive it around.
And not stop short. Like we
Yeah.
can't drive like a crazy person if we're running late because our product will not make it there on time. It is
Exactly.
stressful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's every week.
And
It's
weather.
every week.
And
Yep. The
weather.
weather.
It's
Oh, the
not just us
potholes.
sweating.
Oh God. Yep.
It's the
Parades, road
flowers
closed.
going
Yep.
wilting. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of the same stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, so as we started, we, like Jeri said, we started talking about all the similarities, and we decided to come up with this little series to really kind of hone in and connect with our clients, couples, not couples. Couples
We're
are
so
for
used to
another
saying
day.
that.
Couples are, that's another day. But for our clients, so that they realize that they're not alone in
Yeah.
thinking how they're feeling, if they're feeling burnt out, if they're feeling overwhelmed and stressed and happy and sad and all the feelings, knowing that they're not alone.
Yeah.
But I wanted to, we had a couple questions, but Jeri, what do you think? I got to look at my notes to make sure I don't forget anything, but what do you think the biggest obstacle is right now for our clients, the wedding cake makers and the floral designers, that are keeping them from achieving the kind of success that they might not even know they can achieve?
Yeah. I think one of the biggest things is there's so much to do, especially as a small business. And um, I think a lot of them are kind of back on their heels and not giving themselves time or even recognizing that everyone needs to kind of get ahead a little bit in their planning so
Mm-hmm.
that it's not every week kind of a scramble.
Yep.
I think that's like a very big overview of it. My course is a lot about teaching people kind of the business side of things. It actually has nothing to do with floral design, and I
Mm-hmm.
think yours is similar.
Same.
Um,
Yep.
it's really about most of cake people and floral people get into the business because they love that,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's a realization of, oh, it's way more than being a really great baker or a great designer.
Right. Exactly. Same. So same thing. I was a crafter. I did have an art background. My education was in business, and what I realized at a young age is that I was more logical than I was creative,
Mm-hmm.
and it kept me from being creative. So when I got into this business, I noticed that so many people had that creativity side that I might not have, but they lacked the business knowledge and the intuition. So, like for me,
Yes,
same like
agreed.
you, a lot of it was intuitive, right?
Oh, totally.
So, uh, so they lack that intuition because their brain is going, to all the creativity parts. So then
Yeah.
they get into the business, and then they're scrambling. They're not organized. They're wasting time, wasting money, running around in people pleaser mode is what I call it,
Yeah.
because we all do, especially people that make food. Probably it might be the same for you guys, but like people that make food, we do it out of love, out of nurturing, and a different place in our heart. It's not about making money. So like it feels funny to make money. It just, like you said before,
Mm.
it's hard to ask for money.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel natural for us. But if you're not doing that, then it's just a hobby.
I
Just
was
do
just
it,
going to
like,
say that.
right?
If you're
Then
not
just
making money,
quit
it's
and do,
just a
right,
hobby.
and then just get a 9 to 5, and then just make birthday cakes on the side.
Yeah.
But if you want to make it a business, you really have to learn the business part. And I think so many of our clients are reluctant to do that, or they don't think they need to know that, or there's something, yeah. So,
Or it's intimidating,
mhm,
rightly so. It's intimidating. The bakers know how to bake.
right,
And even if they don't know how, and same with floral designers, even if we don't know how to do something, it's easy to figure it out.
right,
There are the YouTube videos, there's all the things, but that's also something it's a challenge that they want to do,
Yes.
because it's the creative side of it. And the challenges that come on the business side, it's almost like the ostrich with the head in the sand. Like,
Yep.
oh, maybe if I just make another flower arrangement, nobody will notice. But it's everything from not having a system to respond quickly enough, especially with today's customers.
Yes.
It's really important to respond quickly.
Yep.
Not at midnight when you just look at your emails. Don't look at your midnight emails at midnight. But
No.
not like that. But just you can't. I hear complaints about the couples ghosting us. Well, what about the people ghosting them? And just how do we implement systems so that that side of it is easier,
Right.
or you don't have to reinvent it every single time.
Yes.
And so I think that becomes very overwhelming because, I think that's the overwhelming part. And so to kind of break it down, chunk it out into little pieces, anybody that does a wedding can do this side of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we are floral designers, work hard, do hard things. So, and I'm sure that's the same with cake bakers.
Oh yeah.
So
it's
all
physical,
of this,
it's mental. You have to focus. You have to make stuff, and then you have to bake stuff, and then you have to make sure it tastes good and looks good, and throw it in a car in a time frame, and
yeah.
It's a lot. And the selling part. I think that so many people in our fields, these specific fields, are challenged because they're used to giving, and there's a level of giving, but there's also a level of respecting yourself enough so that you can have boundaries and have rules in your business. Like for us, I see so many businesses, I put that in air quotes, but businesses let their clients dictate what they're doing. And it's like, wait a second, this is your business.
Right.
Do you think it's like if we went to a restaurant and said, like, I know you're a steakhouse, but I'm wondering if maybe you can whip up some
tacos,
some pasta.
Yeah, tacos.
Straight out of Milan, right?
Yeah.
Like, you don't do that. Or say, like, I know that it says $25 for the steak, but we were thinking more around $18.
Right,
right.
We really only need half of the steak. We don't need the 12-ounce steak. We only want 6 ounces. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know you're not open Sundays, but we really would like to come on a Sunday. Like, nobody else does that, but people think it's fine to do with us. And then we try to accommodate, or so many people do try to accommodate. And I'm saying that because I was there too. I'm like, well, I don't really work Sundays, but I'll come in for you, whatever. Or you want to make a planner happy, or you want, a certain whatever. But like, no, you can't do that. And what happens is when you hold onto your boundaries and you respect yourself and respect your business enough, people will trust you and people will respect you. And that's when that's when the real connection comes. And that's when you are now the authority, and this is, for me, like, this is what I want to empower people with, so that they know, like, hey, listen, this is your business. You set the rules. I won't make marble cake. I am not a food snob one bit. I will eat, cheese that's for dinner, but like, I will not make marble cake. So if someone asks me, we would like a marble cake, you know what? I don't make that.
Yeah.
My rules.
And your rules. I think I've seen this as well. We did a lot of conversations about this in the course about just this. We got into the business because we love the craft, but we're the owner of the business. We're the people who get to decide what we're doing. And this kind of idea of the customer is always right, and you always have to serve your customer, is not serving these small business owners. And I think part of it is that people don't even, sometimes they think they have to take everything. And that might be, listen, sometimes we have to take everything. Because of
we've all been there.
Yeah, a wedding in January, we might take it even though we don't want to. But we're also doing that because of a financial reason or what have you. But on the on the daily, that's not how we need to roll.
Right.
And I would never do installations. You'd see pictures of the tents and stuff and the ceilings with all the Smilax. I never did that. If I had to get up on a ladder, more than a step ladder to get to the top of a archway, I wasn't doing it.
Right.
I just referred them to other people that love doing installations. Have
Yep.
at it.
Yep.
But that's just never something I wanted to do. And I was just really clear that, yeah, it was not what I wanted to do. And I know that I said no to a lot of lovely, beautiful weddings,
Yes. Yeah.
but I didn't
So
want to do it.
so interesting on that note. This just happened in a Facebook group a couple of weeks ago. It was a Facebook group like brides and grooms would come on and say what they're looking at area there. And one bride mentioned a specific venue, and I saw another wedding professional was like, "Oh, I won't work there." And I chimed in too, and I'm like, you know what? I won't work there either. And I didn't say why. I didn't give anything, I didn't say anything about my experience. And the bride wrote and said, "Wow, that's really unprofessional." And I wrote back and I said, "You know what? It actually is not." Yep. And I said, "No, it actually is not unprofessional, because I am not going to let anyone compromise my business or my couples or the service that I can give them. So if I'm in a situation where I'm going to feel compromised in giving my couples what my service is, and if I can't give them that level of service, that is way more professional than saying to someone, 'No, I won't work at that location.'"
Right.
Right. And that's because it's my business. But a lot of other
Yes.
people would have been like, "Oh my God, I need that wedding. I have to take this wedding." Just like you were saying with the installations, like so many people I'm sure would have been like, "Oh my God, I have to take this installation because this is what they want." No, you don't have to. Let it go and somebody else is going to
Yeah,
on.
that's so interesting that the bride, I'm assuming it was a bride,
Yes.
just because I think you said she
Yes.
replied,
Yes, it was bride.
that the bride said that was unprofessional. So
Yeah.
there's an entitlement from the client sometimes that says the customer is always right. So I should be able to demand what I want. And you can say no. I had a client once that she wanted it wasn't a client. It was a phone call. She filled out my inquiry form and we had a phone call, and she wanted to have a few tall pieces for centerpieces, which are very expensive. And then the rest of the arrangements, she wanted just candles and greenery. I never did candles and greenery only because, again, that wasn't my aesthetic. My aesthetic was about big, beautiful, lush, timeless, classic arrangements. Other people do it. Have at it. But I told them that I wouldn't do that. And she said, "Well, why not?" And I said, "Well, that's really not my aesthetic." And she said, "But I'm the customer." And I said, "But I'm the business owner."
Yeah.
And that's not what I do.
We know best. Yeah.
She was,
when it comes to our
and I actually was about to refer other people that maybe was a better fit for her. And she actually hung up on me.
No, she didn't.
She did.
Who does that? Oh
I think she was a little stressed out.
Maybe.
There's
Talk
more
about
to that
titles.
story, which I won't share today, but there's more to it.
Oh my gosh.
But she wasn't happy. She wasn't happy saying no to. But of course, there's a way to say no that's very,
right.
Especially
polite.
too if you refer other people or something like that.
Yes.
But yeah. Are you taking out? I see you're walking. You're going to get your cakes.
Out, guys. Yeah.
Awesome.
And I think
so why do you think our flower and baker friends kind of will often sabotage what they're doing?
Yeah. So I think, in discussing the whole thing, I think that we answered some of those questions in answering the other questions. But again, I think it's a lot of like that, that people pleaser sort of personality that when we first when we first learned how to do this, or when, when I was first making cakes for my family, I did it because I wanted to make them happy. And it came
Yes.
from a place of nurture, and it came from a place like that's how I show my love. I feed people. Like that's just
Yes.
what I do. And,
Yes.
and so I think that the self-sabotage comes from that. And it's, again, like I was saying before, like we didn't get into this because so many of us didn't really say early on, hey, I want to make cakes for a living and make that my job. Like it didn't really start from that. A lot of
Yeah.
us got into it by accident. And you know what I noticed? This is so interesting. So yesterday in my Facebook group, I just
I saw
asked a
this
little,
post. I know what you're going to say.
right? I
Why?
asked a little question like, hey, because a lot of us, I started doing this part-time and then transitioned into full-time. So I just asked like, hey, I was curious what everyone's other job was before they did this. So many of them, I think absolutely like 100% of them were in healthcare. Crazy, right? So it's nurture. So like,
It's nurture.
so to
Yes.
feel like asking something back from a client is not natural. It's just not
Right.
natural.
It's,
So it's training yourself. And it took me a long time.
yeah.
I wanted to give if I did not have to make a living, I would be doing this for free.
Yes.
Right? And
Yeah.
so many of us would. So many of us would.
Yes.
So I think that's where the self-sabotage comes from is that we don't want to go against the grain of our nature of who we
Yeah.
are. And I don't want people to change that. I don't want people to change who they are, but I think that it's not where it came from in the first place. So it's not like we started out as finance majors and now we want to
Yeah.
make cakes. I actually have one like that. And you know what?
She never
Been
has problem making
very
money.
she's been very successful,
Yeah.
very successful. And
Yeah.
here's the other thing too. This is something that you and I talk about all the time. I think that our clients, the ones that we share, are not open to, I don't know if they're not open, but they're not aware that there are things that they don't know that they can learn to make their business better.
Yes. Yes.
And
It's
I don't
small
know.
changes. I keep talking about that. It's simple little things. I
Yep.
interrupted you, but I learned that
No, no,
myself
no. Me
because
too.
so there over a 30-year career, like, there were dips in the economy, there were good and bad years, there were things you see a lot, right?
Yep.
And there were times when my business wasn't going the way I wanted it to go. And I've always been a proactive person and
Yep.
said, okay, if this isn't what I want, what do I want and how do I get there? I've
Yep.
always just been like that with everything. But
Me too,
I
actually.
yeah,
Yeah.
I actually did hire a coach to help me at one point. And I realized that I had no way, it's like practically embarrassing saying this right now, but I'm sure I'm not the only person. I had no way these were the days when you met with a client face to face. That doesn't always
Yep.
happen. I had no way to book the client on the spot.
Okay.
I had no contract ready for them to sign. And this is
Yep.
when people were writing paper checks. So
Yep.
I had nothing. So even if someone was ready to book, I just assumed people needed to think about it. No, they don't. Not
Right.
always. I had no
You
way.
weren't giving them your number to call you for the second date.
Right, exactly, exactly. And then, and then I actually booked someone that when that dawned on me, I printed out a contract, I went to my studio, I booked that client. It was like an
Of course you
immediate
did.
change. How
Of course.
simple was that?
Right.
And then I printed out contracts and had them at my studio so I wouldn't have to forget to bring them
Yep.
from the home office. But it is literally, I know everything I teach is simple. There's a lot of it. And if you have to put in all, it might take time, but
Right.
it's not rocket science. It's
Right.
not brain surgery.
It's just a few little things here and there. Yeah, same with me. So my tastings, they get an estimate that day.
Yep.
They most 99% hand me a check that day or a credit card or whatever
Yep.
that day because they have all the information in front of them.
Yes.
And so many people don't do that. And
No.
cakes, cakes are not a big money item when it's down to wedding stuff, right?
Sure.
So if you're spending 3 emails, 4 phone calls, and 2 meetings for one job, I mean,
No.
you're
No.
doing something wrong. Like, of course, you're
Right.
not making money, right? So,
Right.
yeah.
And
And
then
then the
in
other
this,
thing too is,
go ahead.
well, the couples, like the
I was
couples
gonna
want,
say,
yeah,
they don't want
that.
that
They
anymore.
want an easy process. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Back in the day, you could spend 2 hours with a client. No,
Right.
those days are gone. I'm
Right.
glad they're gone. I don't
Me
think
too.
anybody needs that. Nobody needs that much time.
Right.
Um,
And same with me. Nobody needs a conference call for
no,
cake. Like, I don't care
no,
what flavor. I don't care if you like chocolate. We're not going to accomplish that over the phone. Just come in
no.
for a meeting. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, so I think, yeah, the self-sabotage, I think that it comes from nature, like the type of person that gets into business in the first place. There's like there's a sense of imposter syndrome, and
Yes. Yep.
it's all very tied to self-worth because again, we're making something with our hands. Same with you.
And
It's
from our
those
heart,
things.
because it's our
Yeah.
artistic, it really is like, I just go like this,
Yeah. Me too. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So I think it's those things,
Yeah.
and I think that so many, and then along with that, just to reiterate what I said before, just a lack of um, willingness. I don't know if it's willingness or maybe awareness to know that there are so many things that you can learn quickly and easily, like you
Yeah.
said, to make their business better, and
Absolutely.
and it just may not occur to them. I don't
Yeah.
know, or maybe they
It's
think
also the
that.
blinders. You need to have somebody else sometimes to kind of show it to you in a different
Yeah.
way.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
and that's why, again, that's why we're doing this, right?
Yeah.
So, I love that. So I think just to wrap up, I want to know, like we said before, you just finished your 6 weeks. So what's coming up? What's coming up next?
I'm going to launch again in December. I think we're going to be on a similar schedule because I know
Yep.
everybody has a January project. So
Yep.
the course will start again in January. And until then, I'm also working with clients one-on-one. And, I think that we're coming off a wedding season. And if people want to jump on on 2026 and want a little one-on-one time, I think we could get a lot done. So
Yep.
that's
I
also what's going to
love that.
happen November, December. How about you?
Amazing. So yeah, so pretty much the same. I'll end my course, the one that I'm doing right now, in a couple of weeks. We're going to relaunch probably, like I said, in uh, December so that we can start in January.
Yeah.
And this is all meant to get everyone in shape for the booking season, which runs into, it's happening pretty soon. It's going to be happening pretty soon.
Yeah.
And then it'll run into the first few months into the year. So I'll
Yeah.
be relaunching that. Um, I do have a couple slots for one-on-ones, probably starting in January. I'll be doing that. And then my big course, the Wedding Cake Business Academy, I'm adding to that all the time. And I will probably be relaunching that January, February. We'll see. I'm still trying to figure out that date, but definitely booking season accelerator. It's been so much fun. The things that we do, menu writing, like rewriting your whole menu, uh, learning how to be a stylist, how to be a designer, learning how to have an easy process for your couples, learning who these new couples are, and putting it all into place. It's been a lot of fun. So yeah,
Awesome.
but we're going to be
And
coming
are you
back.
baking cakes at all? You baking
Oh,
cakes here? That too?
while I'm doing 8 million weddings, which has
Yeah.
been fantastic. I mean, hey, knock on wood, I am not
Yeah.
complaining
Yeah,
after
I
30
know.
years.
I know. You're proof of
Yeah, we are.
concept that your system works because you just keep
Yes,
booking them.
thank
That's
you.
awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, we have been very busy. I'm actually booking my slow season right now,
Yeah.
which has been great. So yeah, so
Good.
and making cakes. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's been good.
Yeah.
But we will be coming back because we have so
Yep.
many things that we do want to talk about. But if
Yep.
anyone has any topics they're interested in knowing about, if anyone resonates with any of this, please give us some feedback. We would love
Yes.
to hear. Follow us on, if you're a floral designer, please follow Jeri. Follow us both.
Follow
We're,
us both. We have good
we do a
ideas for
lot.
all
We do a
people.
lot
Yeah.
together.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
send some love. We still we're like, do they like us? So yeah, we like love too.
Yes,
So like
absolutely.
the heart button every now and then. That's awesome.
Right, right.
Yeah,
It's not that
but
hard. Yeah,
we thought we were going to jump on for 10 minutes, and I think we're getting close to 25 or something. So obviously we have a lot to say.
we do. We do.
And so yeah, we're going to be doing this at least once a week.
Yeah,
Well,
we don't even have another date yet, but it'll come up
yeah,
soon.
we're
Yes,
gonna do it soon. So stay tuned, and we'll put the replays on I guess both of our
definitely.
feeds. And thanks, Jenny, for spending part of your Wednesday with me.
Thank you, Jeri. So much fun. We've had such a
Yeah,
great week talking about all this stuff
I
and
know.
unwrapping so many things, and it just gets deeper and deeper every single time we talk about it. It's been
Yeah,
really wonderful. So
yeah,
I
and
love doing this with you. So
yeah,
yeah, it's been great.
likewise. Thanks.
All right,
Mwah,
guys.
mwah,
Thank
mwah.
you.
All right.
Have a
Bye,
great day.
everybody. Thanks for
Bye. I don't know
joining.
how to shut it off. You're going to
I
shut
don't
us
either.
off,
I'm going to
right?
figure it out right
Okay.
now. I'm the one that started it, so I'll figure it out. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it. Okay.